Bro, what is playing in the background?
Um, Sky.
Yeah,
Who's
Shamla.
that?
No, Derek doesn't respect office space.
Huh?
Yeah, he doesn't have any respect for office space.
Uh,
Oh, Merry
what are you
Christmas.
saying? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to the TF3 family and a very, very happy and prosperous 2022 to you all.
Yeah, you can. 1 second. And then
Yeah, man ain't in control of their office space as well, man. It happens. It happens.
no, it's not even that.
No,
you
it's
know,
cool.
you
Never have to.
I mean, you know I'm in
explain
control of
yourself
my
to me.
manner.
You never have to explain yourself to me. Never have to explain yourself.
You know I'm
Don't
in
worry.
control of my manner. There's a
It's cool.
difference.
It's cool. You don't have to explain yourself. It's cool.
So I'm
Okay,
just trying to
you
work.
saw it out, yeah. Saw it out, yeah.
Nothing. Just trying to work the what's it called? Ooh, yeah.
Trust me.
Mm.
Quick question I want to ask you. Festive period of fixtures. Obviously, Klopp, Tuchel, a couple of managers have all come out, had their say about football being played across the festive time. What do you think? Does it need to change? Is it sustainable players, especially
Every year we
this
have this
cramped
argument.
period? Every year, I want to get your views.
Every year since I've entered university, we've seemed to have this argument. Like, this festive period is brand new every year, and it's quite pathetic. Like, growing up in the Premier League, we always know December's going to be jam-packed. So why do we always have this debate?
But what do you think? What do you think? I want to know what you think.
What? As in, it should have a winter break?
Like fixtures is what 26th, 27th, or 26th and 28th, and then maybe 30th for the first.
We grew up with it. I think it's
no. It's not about what we grew up with, though. I'm asking you: do you think it's right? Do you think it should continue? Not all traditions are good traditions.
No.
Sometimes you have to break generational
curse.
You have to be the one to break a generational curse.
I feel like reason why I feel like this year specifically, there shouldn't have been one because we're trying to cramp in so much football because of Qatar and the backlog of the Euros and everything. Besides that, it shouldn't change.
It shouldn't change.
No.
You don't care about these men having to travel from London to East Anglia a day after Christmas just because that doesn't bother you.
When we was bumping train, when we were getting the train,
when we were
getting the train from Birmingham, when we was getting the train from Birmingham to London, listen, everyone's got to do it, innit? Every job has its sacrifices.
Everyone got to miss. I hear it. I feel like you can still, like, it doesn't have to change, but it can, like, it doesn't have to change permanently, but it can be molded because it is a lot. And then you think about the fact that most of the managers have to change a lot of their lineup if they want to have the quality of football does come down a little bit. I don't know. I feel like 26th, 28th, 30th, it's a bit excessive. It's a tad bit excessive. Maybe we can do a little something to change it up. Just a little something. I thought
it was Boxing Day and then one more. That's it. That's fine.
Boxing Day, yeah, that's calm. Boxing Day, one more before New Year's. I feel like that's calm.
Yeah, it's Boxing
Day. They also,
to
be fair, they also introduced winter break, and I think the winter break's coming in like January or February. So that does help, I guess. But yeah, it's a lot during these times, man. You want to be with your family during these times. You have to think about football players as the player. Go think of them as the person. They want to be with family during this time. I know you were there drinking on Christmas Day, enjoying with family members. They want to do that too. Don't actually. You don't have to look at. You would. They want to do that too. You
tried to draw me out. You tried to. Draw me out.
That ain't a draw out, Shem. That ain't a draw out, Shem. I know you like. I know you like a good tip. I know you like a good tip. You were drinking.
Secondly, not everybody wants to be with family. Dean Smith don't be liking his family like that. Don't worry, I'll hold down the manor. Not everybody want to be drinking with family. I'm sure Dean Smith went in a training ground during Christmas because he hates his family. He doesn't want to be anywhere near.
Hey fam, man went straight into a new job. Didn't even care what it was. Just said,
you got the Daily Mail reporting that his wife had to cancel holidays she'd been waiting to book. he hates that. But anyway, yeah, it's tough on them, but yeah, every job has its sacrifices. I feel like Boxing Day and one after is perfect. Squeezing in 3 is a bit of a joke, but a lot of players got some time off. Obviously, it wasn't their fault, but the COVID thing worked in
COVID.
the
They played a hand inadvertently. Alright, we're gonna boot this show off. We're 5 minutes, and I think we can boot this show off.
Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Wow, you should be in
Just need to
prison.
shake him.
You should be in prison. We built you out. We built you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.
Hello, and welcome to the final live stream of the Final Third in 2021. I'm your host today, Banks, and I'm joined by my faithful co-host, Shemi, Oluwashemi Lore, or Lavish, Kante's cousin, whichever one you want.
Yes.
We're in the building tonight.
Thanks, you didn't do your intro properly. If you give us a tenner, if you want to lend someone a tenner, or you broke some
Shemi, I need you to come in clutch. I need you to come in clutch with that.
you broke some trimmer?
Hey man, I bought a lot of Christmas presents. The tenner might not be available until like January payday.
No, we'll run it back then. We'll run it back after AFCON. Let's go.
It's cool. After AFCON. Final live stream of 2021. It's been an amazing year. In some aspects, but we move on to 2022. But before we move on to 2022, we're going to talk about the final round of fixtures in 2021. We saw Manchester United beat Burnley 3-1 at home. Leicester. Leicester take a little dumping on Liverpool. But before we get into all of that, I know all of you would have seen Lukaku's comments in his recent interview. We got to start there. Breaking news. We got to start there.
Breaking news.
I'm going to read out some of the quotes. That he said. Lukaku told Sky Sports, "Physically, I am fine, but I'm not happy with the situation at Chelsea.
Exactly.
Tuchel has chosen to play with another system. I won't give up. I'll be professional. I'm not happy with the situation, but I'm professional. And I can't give up now." He also said, "I think everything that happened last summer was not supposed to happen like this. How I left Inter, the way I left the club, how I communicated with Inter fans. This bothers me because it's not the right time. The final quote I'll say is, I really hope from the bottom of my heart to return to Inter, not at the end of my career, but when I'm still at the top level to win more together. I want to apologize to the Inter fan. Timing of the words were wrong. What you did for me will remain forever." Lavish, what do you make of Lukaku's comments? Do you feel like he was in the right to make these sort of comments in the middle of the season when the Chelsea are still fighting for things? Was he in the right?
This is what happens when you drink too much Bucks Fizz. This boy, I don't understand what the hell that was. Why now? Okay, context.
I honestly thought it was a Fabrizio Romano fake page. I thought it was a fake page.
It was. I thought it was a fake. But apparently, the interview was done quite a while ago, so it being released right now is like quite sketchy.
Shasty.
But still, even though it is shasty, we've seen it now, and I know he didn't mean he wanted to do Inter favor by saying what he said in just paying homage to Inter. But it doesn't look good right now, and I think he said that when he was injured, when he just came back from injury, so he looked like I wanted to fight for my spot for Tuchel, not like when Tuchel was just bringing him on. Because apparently it was a month or so ago. You know the period when he just came back, but he wasn't. Yeah. So it wouldn't have looked as malicious as it sounds. But anyway, we found out today. I think he can't go anywhere.
His wages are nuts. Still, his wages are nuts.
I
don't know who's paying that money.
Chelsea paid 100, and they're not gonna. No one's gonna grab him for 50. No one can afford him. Do you get what I mean right now?
Yeah, because Chelsea gonna request at least 100. They're gonna want to break even at least.
Yeah, Chelsea ain't gonna make a 50M loss, and that's what people pay for Lukaku, like 60, 70. But Chelsea won't want to take a loss. It's not been up to a year. Like no. It's just one of them ones where it'll just blow over, but it doesn't look good. And
Lukaku said, I feel like what he said, because I'm very on both sides with what he said, because he said a lot of what football fans already know, that he's not at his best when he's a target man and he needs to do the hold up play. Like he works best in another system at Inter. Where it was a 3-5-2, two up front. He had another part. Told bro that we need to do 3-5-2. It's coming like we're talking some tactics, bro. He needs that. He's asking for that 3-5-2. He's asking for the 3-5-2. He genuinely wants the 3-5-2. I think that's what he means when he says I want another system. He wants that 3-5-2, bro. He wants the 3-5-2, but Tuchel's obviously gone with like a two wingers or attacking mid and then him up front. We know that he's not the best when he has to hold up play, fight off defenders. That's not him playing to his best. He likes making runs in behind, stretching the fences. Like he, even in a different interview with a Brazilian media outlet, he said, Tuchel knows I'm a multi-dimensional player. It depends on how he wants to play me. Like when we look at it like this, like he's very much at his best when he's not doing the hold up, when he's making the runs. But at the same time, you talk about I want to go back there, not when I'm washed, but when like I'm still able to offer something. You're 29 right now. You're 29 right now.
What are you saying?
That insinuates that it's pretty, like it must be pretty close. I'm not saying when he's gonna fall off or whatever, but it must be pretty close if you're 29 now.
You must be talking about at least 30, 31, a year or two max.
What's even funnier is that Inter has already said we've replaced you with Dzeko, and it feels like we haven't missed the beat. Like
that was a mad statement.
They said we replaced you with Dzeko, but it doesn't feel like we missed the beat. So
and it was free.
Free as well. You get it. It's like the way he left, he was like, "Oh, I want to leave. I want to go." Like he left. It was a very middle of August or whatever, and he said, "I want to go."
He left on a loyalty thing. He picked Conte. He picked Conte over Inter. It seemed like, in terms of like, they didn't back Conte, so he's like, "Cool, I'm gone." But you laid your bed.
So that's my big thing right now, because now you said you wanted to go to Chelsea. You said it was always a boyhood dream. I wanted to become the next Drogba. Fair enough. But this is the bed you've made. Like nobody thought, like you literally had the perfect situation at Inter in terms of you can go there, continue to challenge for titles there. You already loved there, but you said no, I want this Chelsea thing. So for you to go back and like fair enough, people make mistakes, and sometimes you just want to go back to the situation that comforted you. But you kind of made your bed now, so you can't be surprised when Chelsea don't let you go on the cheap, or if you kind of have to work it out at Chelsea right now.
Yeah.
You have to. There's not a lot you can do apart from try and make the best of it with Tuchel and Chelsea. Because for you to say, I want to go back to Inter when I'm still in my prime, I don't even think that I'm not sure that channel's still open for you, bro. I don't think that channel's still open for you.
It's locked off. You have windows, and I think your ship sailed. But yeah, fair enough.
Do you feel like Tuchel needs to change something to accommodate Lukaku? Because he said that he wanted to play in one system, and Tuchel decided to go with another system. We see Chelsea; they're not exactly playing the most free-flowing football, are they?
What system does he want to play with? Because they'll say at the start of the season, when it was working with Lukaku in their first 3 or 4 games, it was a very similar system to what they're playing already.
100, yep. It wasn't playing 2. It was still 3-4-3.
What system? Because Tuchel, all that's worked for him at Chelsea since he won the Champions League and everything was 3 at the back, 3 defenders at the back, and a different system. The biggest change would obviously be going 2 at the back. Now, a lot of the defenders.
I don't even think that's the change that Lukaku. I think he wants to play.
No. But I'm saying. Okay, so you're saying you could keep the 3 at the back, keep that structure, but then put 2 at the front. But they say if you keep 2 at the front, then there's a lack of creativity, lack of service. So something's got to give. Do you get what I mean? It's not about
looking at Chelsea. I feel like that's Chelsea's squad. Looking at Chelsea's squad. Sorry, not even to cut you off, but looking at Chelsea's squad. Mateo Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante. You literally need them 3. Those are your 3 best midfielders. Throw in Loftus-Cheek as well if you want, but you need 3 of those to be performing at optimum level, because none of those are really creative. Kante is the best creator out of all of them, and he's not exactly a creator, a creator supreme. You need 3 of them to be performing at absolute optimum level to create chances.
Tell us that Mason Mount's a creator.
Again, would Mason Mount fit in that 3 midfield? I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's when you keep saying a change in tactics. The change in tactics is not just putting 2 up top. It's really getting rid of the extra centre back. And there's several games you don't need 3 centre backs, but that's the system he plays, and that's how he won. That's how he was successful at Chelsea.
If he's not flexible with the system, it's very difficult to see how 2 strikers fit and how Lukaku, in terms of wanting to play in a similar way to Inter, how that fits in, because you're right now, Tuchel's got this 3 at the back welded, like he wants to keep that, and you're saying you want 2 up front, and right now the 2 aren't really meshing. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see. I quickly want to move on to Chelsea's match. I feel like it's the perfect segue.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea drew 1-1 with Brighton at Stamford Bridge yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Could be said that they were very lucky to get a point out of the match, even though it took a last-minute Danny Welbeck equaliser to gain a point for Brighton. What did you make of the match?
It was lucky for Brighton significantly, because Mason Mount's disallowed goal when he pressed up. I think it was Dunk or Webster or
it was one of the centre backs.
It was one of the tall centre backs. And rolled the ball in. It was a clean goal. It wasn't a foul. I feel like the ref just got peer pressured. And anyway, but yeah, the match, I think a draw is fair in that Brighton are very frustrating. It's the same thing with Brighton. It's the same thing. They work it perfectly into the last phase, and then you get either Trossard missing, or you get Mupai missing, or you just everyone's missing. It's just a frenzy of who's going to miss first, and then finally someone scores, and we're all surprised that they finally scored. But Brighton played great football. Basuma was excellent.
Basuma beating up that midfield was a sight for sore eyes. I feel like people have slept on Basuma for this season. Really.
So that's why.
Yeah, he does have that case. He does have that case.
He's got a case. So then you got Lamptey as well who played fantastic. The drop off, and Cucurella.
You're very close to lavish Wi-Fi bingo. You've had a couple nearly moments. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Get your times in. If you wanna win that cheeseburger, get your times into the comment.
McDonald's even open during the festive period?
McDonald's are open during the festive period. You know.
Cucurella and Lamptey, fantastic on each wing. I think them getting Cucurella on the opposite wing, it's cash money. It's just threat each time. So then you're really looking at Chelsea and you're thinking how, because Brighton are quite solid. Well, normally at Amex they're solid, but this is at Stamford Bridge. Brighton are quite solid, but you don't expect Brighton to be able to carve Chelsea easy, because Chelsea are actually more solid than Brighton technically, but it was even.
No, Brighton were literally. Again, you talk about the chance, like Brighton were getting into those positions, but it was either the last pass or they just wouldn't play in the back of the onion bag. It's just, you need that last little bit of quality just to get you over the line with Brighton. And they were just carving Chelsea open. Basuma winning it in the midfield, dominating Jorginho and Kovacic. Hey, that Jovicic thing just did that from there.
Kovacic ain't even, he's not even fully fit, man. He shouldn't be out there. Because it was Kante and Jorginho playing alone, kind of. Lukaku was good. Lukaku was very good.
He scored the goal. But then he was a bit anonymous. He scored the goal. But after that, he was anonymous.
Rudiger was good.
Lamptey. Rudiger was. He should have got red. Do you think that was a red card?
Yeah, it was a red card.
It was a red card. Yeah, no. He does that a lot. He jumps into tackles like that. And it was just mad unnecessary.
You know what? It's not fair what they do with Rudiger. And it's the impact of the press and the commentators and stuff, and just the zeitgeist of football. Yeah, Bailly is just as rash as Rudiger, but everybody makes Bailly looks like they make jest of Bailly.
24 minutes for lavish Wi-Fi bingo. Just throwing it out there. Get your opinions in. What do you think? But
yeah, Bailly and Rudiger. Maybe because Rudiger's on the pitch a lot more in terms of Bailly being injured, but it's not fair in the way that one is called like a donkey and one is called very rash, and Rudiger's was like passion, proper Chelsea, and I like both of them. I like both of them, but it's just crazy how you use what one's strength is, which they both have. You judge one well on it, and then the other one you criticize them for. But yeah.
I don't want to pick out one player because I feel like Chelsea were pretty poor across the board, but there was a lot of discourse about Hudson-Odoi after the match, whether he's developed enough, whether he needs to possibly go out on loan, whether he needs to be
Chelsea
sold,
fans,
whether
the
he's
only ones that care on Hudson-Odoi and you.
yeah, me. No, I'm gonna put my stock out. I still got stock in Hudson today, 100%. 100%. Do you feel like he needs to go out on loan? Nathan.
Let's talk about the football, man. Let's talk about the football. Yeah.
31 minutes for Wi-Fi bingo. Nathan said if Chelsea go to a back four, Rudiger's fucked. I low-key agree with that because he's not a great back four. Like in terms of we've seen him in a back four before, and he never convinced me. But as soon as Tuchel came,
Not bad in German back four.
What did Germany? What's he done with Germany? What's he done?
Not bad.
They got bounced out of the Euros by England. They got bounced out of the Euros by England.
In the matches I've seen him play,
Don't start with that. Don't start with that. Don't start with that. Nah, I'm not having Rudiger fully in the back four. That's why Chelsea, like, that's why him requesting the 400k contract or whatever it is. Like, if Chelsea don't want to pay that money, I can't be surprised at them because I feel like that's a position that with decent investment, because especially with a back four that can still be replaced. I don't feel like you need to go all in on Rudiger, 400k to give him a new contract. I can't lie. What was the other point? Oh, Hudson-Odoi. What do you think happens next for Hudson-Odoi?
We've got to start looking at him. We've got to start looking at him on the same level as Ademola Lookman, because has he done more than Lookman? No.
Not in the Premier League.
No, he hasn't. And now it's looking like, has he done more than Demarai Gray? No.
Demarai Gray is considerably older than him, to be fair.
No, but
my thing with Hudson-Odoi is that
we just got to put him in that bracket now, and he's got to take a step down.
My thing with Hudson-Odoi right now is that when I see Chelsea play, more time he's their best attacker, and I feel like it's like when people talk about Hudson-Odoi, yeah, he was terrible yesterday. I'm not gonna front on it like he was terrible yesterday, but I feel like, he wasn't even playing wing back. He was playing in the front three. It was Pulisic that was playing wing back. But when I think about all the attackers that get numerous chances at Chelsea and consistently underperform, I feel like you can definitely give him a run and see what he's about. Because for me, I think he had an 8-game run where he started 8 games or whatever. Yeah. And he played well. He came out of that run with probably most of my plaudits I've seen since his debut season.
And then they were complaining that he's not playing in the right position. You're playing him left side. You're not playing on the right. You're playing him wing back. So it's like, I don't think you're ever going to get your favoured position and you're going to get up to 8 games in it. How long did it take Kelechi to start games at Leicester? When he went on that run and they said, oh, this is the first time Kelechi started 4 or 5 games in a row. Could you imagine? Yeah. And that was like his 3rd season at Leicester. Sometimes the ball's just not going to drop there. And I feel like it's the problem with this Cobham thing. They ain't got the patience for that. You want to win now and they don't think you're able. And it's not fair because the rest of them ain't even that much better than you or even better than you. But I feel like taking a step down could mean a step up for your career. So, hey. 100.
Nathan said this is his 4th season in the first team. First season, Sarri season, when he was only really playing in Europa League. He didn't really get a chance in the Premier League. Obviously, the next season he's coming back from a ACL injury, or like he's out for basically the whole season. 3rd season, Lampard don't really mess with him. He doesn't really play too much. And now this is his 4th season. So yeah, I agree. Maybe a loan, maybe a transfer to somewhere else where you know you're going to be kicking ball, because all of your mates, or most of them, your mates that you came up with, know that they're going to be kicking ball each weekend. Like most of them know they're in the team, and as a 21-year-old, that's sometimes the biggest thing that you need.
All of them Chelsea boys are really suffering. All the Cobham lot, as much as Cobham's great, they were all suffering, not being able to play regular, because you're looking at your peers in other clubs, and they're elevating, they're doing well. So now you're seeing
Livramento.
You're seeing Fikayo now. You're seeing Tammy. You're seeing all of them.
All of these not going to kick ball. Like they know they're playing. Most of them know they're playing.
How you realize it's better? If not, you end up like Loftus.
We were saying exactly the same thing with Foden a couple years ago. Was like this guy. We looked at Foden. We said this guy's ready for first team. If Pep don't put him in the first team, he needs to go before he sees all of like this. Exactly.
I agree,
for
and
me.
that's what we were saying at the time. But if you obviously we have hindsight now, but why is harder? Foden's decision was a lot harder. City didn't have star boys. City's academy wasn't known for producing.
It's like, for me, it wasn't even about I feel like we could all see Foden's talent just so clearly that he needed to play first team football now. And obviously that first season he was there when he was 18, didn't really play a lot, whatever. But I said the next season, if he's not playing, he needs to get out of there because that's somebody that's ready now. Hudson-Odoi at 21, I feel like is ready for Premier League football. He needs to be making it happen for himself now. So whether that's at Chelsea, I don't think it'll be at Chelsea. Get like, as you said, the competition at Chelsea, the need to win now. He's still a very raw player that needs to iron out his mistakes and iron out his consistency and talent. And I don't think he'll be able to do that at Chelsea. Nathan said, go join Victoria, Pleasant, or Lille, or even Leverkusen. Hey man, literally, how many Englishmen have banged up Europe already, man? Don't be afraid to jump out to a new shore. Nathan said Foden's case is different because the competition he had in front of him it was impossible. Plus, he needed time to know the system. I get that, but at the same time, I feel like we see now.
I understand what you're saying, but I understand what you're saying in terms of he was ready and he was a different ilk of talent. Yeah, Cho's not that guy, right? Ricky Bowley.
Ricky said Cho's not that guy. Fair enough.
But also, what I'm saying, why the Chelsea lots are it's easier because the blueprint is there. There's so many of you that are so good, and you have to go. Like, there's so many of you. Foden was a one-off. It's like, okay, maybe I can just break. It's just me. And now that he's done it, he's made way for Nat, Cole Palmer and these man.
I'm gonna move on to Leicester versus Liverpool. Leicester team that's depleted by injuries. They were playing on Marte and Ndidi centre back. Had about 5 centre backs out.
I feel like
facing off against a Liverpool side that haven't played in a couple of days compared to Leicester, who played 2 days prior. And it was Ademola Lookman off the bench who managed to get the winner. What did you make of the match, Lavish? What did you make of the match?
I don't know how they did not capitalize on that Nigerian and Ghanaian centre back pairing. That's the strength of
David Shatawale at the back, fam.
The strength of Dirty December. Because
literally, that's a Dirty December link up, fam. Just like
strength of Dirty December.
They said that the Spora never link up. They said that the sport
strength of Dirty December. But it's Liverpool. The sad part. We've gotten to a stage of football, where you can't have these blips when you're competing in the title with City.
Yeah, you can't.
You losing 1-0. You losing 1-0 to Leicester is not honestly. You losing 1-0
in the Christmas period, anything can happen. Like realistically, you losing 1-0 to it shouldn't be the worst, but like literally with City, they're already 10 games deep into this winning run. You can't afford to give them any more breathing room than they got. When City get on that home straight, it's literally like, you know, when Usain Bolt on the bend in the 200. You know, Usain Bolt never started well. On
the bend, when he come on
that bend,
that's literally City from October through to Feb. It's just, if that's when you want to drop points, that's your business. But City then, so now
City might give you a get back. City might give you a get back around April or something.
Around March, April, when they
may give you something.
When Champions League pressure start to get under the armpits. But as for Liverpool, Salah was anonymous and he's allowed to be because he's human. But that's where you need your Manes. You need you need Mane. You need other players to really, really step up. The game as a whole, I just feel like I wouldn't say it passed Liverpool, but it's like I felt like Liverpool always felt like they were always going to come back into the game. Like even at 1-0, they didn't really panic. Only towards like the last 4 minutes when it's just like lump it into the box and it got a bit panic stations. I think at one point, don't get me wrong, no, that was another match when Thingy hit the post. I'm mixing up with another match where there was a mad save. Can't remember. But Liverpool got into panic stations only towards the last minutes of the match. But I just felt like I can't say what the reason for their loss was because there's no excuse. Everyone was just more excited to see what Klopp would hold the excuse to be, but there was nothing for him to hide behind in the sense that Leicester were depleted. You got your rest. So it's like, I don't know, like, it's just unlucky. All in all, they were just unlucky.
Liverpool,
One of those days.
when Salah's missing a penalty, missed a
Yeah,
rebound,
Mr.
and
Rebound.
then what? Mane missed a clear cut. They had their chances to. They had their chances to win it. To be fair,
that was it. Matip was pushing up last fight. Yeah, Matip was. Yeah.
Matip was Firmino and Matip at that last minute when Matip was like, "Give me the shout, lad. Give me the shout."
Yeah.
But I thought it's generally just one of those Barclays games, man. Depleted team that you should be wiping the floor with. Last season, what they beat them.
Remember when Newcastle went and turned over City? Remember? Was it like December, like 2 seasons ago? Oh,
yes, I remember.
Newcastle, and then Norwich pumped. Two teams.
No, I remember City. Norwich pumping. I remember Norwich pumping City.
And then Newcastle pumped City around Christmas, around that time.
It's just Barclays. Sometimes you have to put it down to Barclays.
It's the Barclays.
They create enough chances to win that match realistically, because Leicester didn't start well. And then I think 35 minutes in, that's when they had their best spell of the game. And then obviously Lookman comes on and is definitely a bright spark. He definitely changed the game for them to a certain extent. But Liverpool...
You got Drew just like pulling strings in the midfield. You're thinking, okay.
No, active. Him and Joe Thomas closed that door, and Salah just closed it. Whole right hand side lock off. Just lock off.
Different.
Van Dijk, stop joking in your own books. Put in a tackle. I promise
you know what's funny about the Van Dijk slander? I saw people are so desperate for Van Dijk just to say anything.
Sorry, we just got to put out. You're in the box. What the hell are you jockeying in front of your keeper for? Stick your leg out. Just stick your leg out. That's it. What the hell are you jockeying in your box? What do you gain? Why are you trying to look pretty jockeying in your box? What do you gain? Just stick a leg out. Try and make a block. It's all right if he goes past you. Your dribble pass stats won't kill you. Just stick a leg out. Stick a leg out. Stick a leg out.
No, I'm not going to tell one of the best defenders in the.
Stick a leg. Hey, get off his meat, cuz. Get off his meat.
But that's top still. People just wanted to criticize for no reason. I've never
seen him jockey like he's DJ here. Just just stick a leg out. Where's the left to jockey? You're right in front of your goalkeeper. Lookman's gonna take the shot. Just stick a leg out, make a block. It's all right. You won't die. It's all right. Another game I want to talk about: Manchester Reds, Lancaster Reds, whatever you want to call them, managed to win a football game in semi-convincing fashion. It was pretty good. 3-1 against Burnley.
Let me ask you the question.
Yeah, go through. Go crazy.
Was the performance good, or did you guys just win? Do you think?
What's funny is that it wasn't the greatest performance, but it's definitely the best performance we've had under Rangnick. It was definitely the best performance. Burnley had their own chances. They probably started off better.
Better than Wolves?
Huh? No, I mean Burnley started off better than us.
No, I mean was the performance better than the Wolves one where Fred scored? I think when Rangnick's first game, I think it was Wolves.
Oh, that was Crystal Palace.
Sorry.
Was the United performance better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was definitely better. This event this performance was better just simply because we created more chances. He was able to create a lot more chances. We had our fullbacks. Luke Shaw has to come back into the team. Like when you see the difference that Luke Shaw can give you when he's at his best, and today he was approaching somewhere at his best, just in terms of the athleticism, his crossing on the ball, he has to come back into the team. Dallo, you can come back into this team as well because Wan-Bissaka is on a nonsense. He wasn't even bad. He made a couple great blocks in the first half.
You know what he's good at?
In the first half. But just in terms of the attacking fluidity, he's got to come out of the team.
Hey, look at this comment right here. Oh my God. This ain't the money. What was your boy doing?
He was on R1. He was pressing R1 and circle, R1 square for the whole game. He wanted that top bins.
Every single time.
Completely correct.
Every single time playing top spin. Wrong sport, bro. Wrong sport.
He was trying to get that top bins, but Greenwood was good. Cavani and Ronaldo were anonymous. I can't lie. I'm not looking forward to seeing that partnership particularly, but Ronaldo got his goal and assist. Like maybe with Bruno off, they said somebody Portuguese needs to get a goal and assist. Somebody needs to get somebody, but he wasn't great. Sancho until the second goal was pretty poor, but he livened up after the second goal. McTominay, yeah, dominating performance today. He has one of these like every 4 months or something.
Yeah.
So don't. It's the exact same thing we said about Fred. Exact same thing I'll say about McTominay. Don't start relying on these sort of performances to take us out the mud, because you're not getting them often enough to take us out the mud. Go get a midfielder.
Who do you want?
Go get a midfielder. Huh?
Who do you want?
Who do I want? What's the Casemiro brick going for?
He ain't got the dick for the Casemiro.
Hey man, I'll take there's a couple. Monaco's manager just got sacked today. I'll take Shimeni. Get on the blower. Get on the blower to old Ralph. Get on the blower. We'll get you in some Manchester Red.
Take him at his young age.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll order taking Camavinga, man. These Frenchmen are above their age. They're not 18. They don't play 18. They don't play 18.
Okay. How did Bailly play today?
Like adults. Bailly was our best centre back. Whenever he plays with Maguire, he always is. Came off after 65 minutes. I think he was keeping the joints loose for AFCON. You know, playing on those AFCON pitches, he knows what's coming next. He's got to keep himself loose. He can't.
It means more. AFCON means don't go play for the elephant.
It means more. So you got to prepare. But yeah, whenever he's on the pitch with Maguire, he's always the better centre back. Nothing new here. Hey, I can only ask God in your infinite wisdom and glory, just try out a Bailly Varane partnership. I just want to see it. Just trying to see it.
God don't let good things happen to Man United because all the evil they did prior. Because if we accidentally get that centre back parent, I was gonna tweet today.
It's only happening by accident. That's the thing. It's only happening by accident.
The first manager to come to Man United and put Maguire on the bench and try that partnership. Maguire's not seen pitch again.
Hey, it's that same thing like Bruno. We had our best performance on the Ralph without Bruno. If Bruno somehow comes into the team,
Maguire will not see the pitch again.
If Bruno somehow comes into this team after the way we performed today, there's no hope for this team. There's no saving Manchester.
He's coming back in. He's coming back in. Obviously, he's coming back.
We can only hope. There's nothing decided yet. We can only hope, as I said, in God's infinite wisdom and glory. You have to hope you can keep him on the bench for another game, just one more game. Let's just cook a little bit. Let's see what's going on.
This fact, Maguire got dusted by a 38-year-old Lennon. You know,
they said as soon as they said Lennon hasn't scored it was such a stupid stat. I was just like,
yeah, what? It was shiesty. He said at the start. He said
Lennon hasn't scored in 27 games against United. I was just like,
7 appearances against United. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer, because they've never shown that stat about Lennon before, ever. Never. And I said, that's not right. That's not right. Something weird's happening. That's what I say. Barkley is sometimes scripted, man. You just got to go along with it. Try to put money on the right things, make some money off the script if you can. That's what's important. Big up Julian in the building. Sancho back in action. Nice to see. Yeah, he had a after the first 35 minutes, he had a much better game. He needs to get that confidence on taking people on, man. And also Premier League, make sure that goal goes to Sancho, fam. We got numbers to stack up. Make sure that goal goes to Sancho. we got cases to beat, fam. You need everything we can get right now.
What was I gonna quickly say? Burnley, because they've got to go now, man. I'm tired.
They're not going. You know, they've won one Premier League game this season. You know, they've won one game, and they're still going to stay up.
You don't think the quality of the league's going to catch up to them? Because I'm tired of seeing that you need to go.
This is Sean Dyche.
This
is Sean Dyche we're talking about, man. This is Sean Dyche we're talking about. Respect what he's done in this league. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna get Burnley out of it. I don't know how, because that squad is piss poor, but he's gonna get them out of it somehow. And you know what? Fair enough at this point. I don't know what they're doing over there in Burnley. Whatever you're doing, Sean Dyche is clearly working for you. I ain't gonna doubt him. Because I thought last season they were gone. I thought that was it for them.
I thought they was gone last season, if I'm being honest. But hey.
Word, by hook or by crook. Mr. Austin said something earlier, posed a question earlier. Let me try to find it. Quickly, who do you think will win AFCON? Obviously, we're a bit biased in this thing right here, but I'm still going to ask Shem's opinion. There's only one right answer.
Yeah.
Senegal.
Somebody said Senegal in the background. I don't know. Oh, wait. Who had 39 minutes for lavish Wi-Fi bingo?
You're so desperate. I didn't even go nowhere.
Nathan was closest. Nathan was closest with 31 minutes. Does
I
that
didn't
warrant a
even go nowhere.
cheeseburger? Nah,
I
you
didn't
did
go-
still. You did.
I didn't even go
You did
nowhere.
still. You did still. You did still.
You need to
But
you need to make clear the rules. Is it if I disappear or if I lag?
Nah. If you like, and if it's a nasty like.
Anyway, obviously it's gonna be the Super Eagles. We've got our little Jose Mourinho now. Hold on, let me get his name. What's it? Jose what? What's our new coach's name?
Let me figure this out.
It's the former Porto manager.
Why do they still have Gennaro Rua as the Nigerian
Man left
manager?
time ago because it's Nigerian news. We're not gonna update it until next week.
Jose Peseiro.
There we go. Jose Peseiro.
No, Jose Peseiro? I think Jose Peseiro.
He's been sacked at least like 5 times, I think.
Fair enough.
He was Real Madrid assistant manager 2003, 2004. He's been about. He's been about.
Hey, man, AFCON Nigeria relying on the talent because we don't know what. There's no way Donny's gonna have a chance to coach.
But we've got We've got so much depth up front. Nothing in the back really. We've got still playing probably Ola Anya, Truster Kong. Who are you gonna play? Leon Balogun, centre back.
Midfield is light as well.
Light, but up front, it's like we could play a team full of strikers.
We need the talent. We need the talent to carry us through in this case because I'm not expecting much from a manager that's coming in.
If Nigerians played for Nigeria, I would be stacked. Probably have Fikayo and Alaba.
Fikayo, I'm sure. Is it too late for Fikayo?
Yeah, I think it might.
It's too late.
I think it might be.
Sure.
Yeah, but anyway, it's just quickly,
NFF keep recruiting the Spora people because
after NFF, they haven't even paid Gunnar Road for like 7 months. Bruv, they're fighting real battles out there. Just quickly, talking on Starboys, Saka's just doing to work. It's just a beautiful day out here, man. Because I remember us doing like youngsters and just Golden Boy Awards earlier in the year, and they laughed at me. When I was
stop.
They laughed at me when I was doing top 5s.
You put Saka first. You put Saka first, didn't you?
Saka's doing amazing stuff, man. Saka's doing amazing stuff.
Wait, stop. Fair enough. I'm not going to dispute. Saka's doing amazing stuff right now. But as always with Arsenal fans, I just want you to slow your roll. Just take a breath. Just
what did I say
breathe.
Wrong? You agreed with everything I said.
No. I want you to breathe. I want you to breathe because right now you're lightheaded. You haven't breathed enough. You haven't taken enough oxygen. That's why you're coming up with silly things. In that top 5 under 21 list, you put Saka above Foden. Do you still agree with that? Thank you. Second thing, when Mason Mount scored, stop. You didn't lag out. You didn't lag out. I saw your eyes move.
You lagged out. What's the question?
I said earlier in the under 21s list, you put Saka above Foden. Do you still agree? Yeah, you still agree?
Yeah.
Next thing, when Mason Mount scored his hat-trick against Norwich, he said, it's Norwich. You can't even take it. You're going to take it seriously now? You're going to take Norwich seriously now?
But I'm not just hyping him because of Norwich.
I just want consistency.
Yeah, the consistency from the Euros all the way to now. Look at the boy. Look what he's doing. Great stuff. He had that little patch in the middle when he came back from Euros. The boy was tired. We said, rest the boy. Let the boy sleep.
All of 2021, he didn't get. I swear he got like 1 goal until like October or something. Like it wasn't. 2021 wasn't. I said from January all the way to October, got like 1 goal. That's not a small period.
I test though. It's not just about goals and assists. I tested everything.
Yeah, 100%. But you didn't look the same
last season. Most important player, one of England's most important players in the Euros. He came back, had that tired period where there was work in him, and now he's got his breath back and he's just in form, man. Fantastic.
He is 100% in form. He is 100% in form.
Good game player.
Gonna love to see you take that form to a couple of the bigger teams, but we will leave that for another day because
you leave it because right now you got nothing to say. You just got everywhere, left, right, and center.
You don't have to talk about Greenwood's talent because it's right there. Just normal. It's normal for you. It's not. You already tried to get Greenwood down already, and it blew up in your face. Do you really want to go through that again?
I tried
to do it already. You tried to do it already.
Quickly, I saw a funny tweet the other day, And
What
it
was the
said
tweet?
something like how it's crazy how all of Rashford's career he's been mismanaged, and Greenwood's going to go through the same trajectory.
Not necessarily. Greenwood's a
Yeah.
better player, first of all, and
Yeah.
second of all, there's no guarantee with that. I mean, it's United, so it's a very high possibility, but there's no guarantee. You have to have the faith with these sort of things. Greenwood is just, for me, he's a talent that can't fail. If Greenwood fails at United, then just pack it all in. Just literally close up shop, restart club, just close, end the pro clubs, just close it up.
Mm.
But that has been your 2021 fill of the final third.
And then there's Martinelli.
Don't just jump man's name in it. You want to talk about your Yankees? Talk about your go for by your own. Go for by your Yankees. Talk about them, man.
Oh, we got better. We got better, and it's
so
so sad because we've even got Saliba in the chamber coming in summer as well. It's actually very, very long. So if we can get some good experienced players around them, some winners around them, we're going to the very, 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 very near the top. Do you get what I mean?
So you're saying Arteta's taking you to the top then?
No, you didn't.
No, you
I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that.
You said we're going to the top. Arteta
No.
said Arteta.
I didn't even say that.
Either jump on the Arteta bandwagon or hop off. You can't not rate what he's doing with the
Why
youth. And
are
then
you bringing this man's name up into the? Why are you bringing this man's name into?
I'm sorry. You said you wanted to talk about your star boys. I'm talking about the person that manages your star boys as well. It all intervenes, doesn't it?
No, because that's be like when you're speaking on Greenwood, it's like me saying, "Let me hype Ollie."
Yeah, no, you can talk about Ollie.
No,
the fact they gave him
that's disingenuous. And then
I'll let you talk about. I'm just talking about the person that manages your star boys.
You talk, and then when you finished, I'll go.
Nah, I already said. Clearly you believe that Arteta is going to take you to the top. If you believe that, you just said, give them a couple experienced players, and you're going very near to the top or to the top. I think it got lost in translation a little bit. But all I'm saying is that clearly you believe in the Arteta project. So have faith in it. Stand on your word, innit? Stand on your word. That's all I ever ask.
Before this gets chopped up, I do not believe in the Arteta project, and I really need him to go as soon as possible. But we have some good young talent, some prosperous young talent that can take us to the very top with a fantastic new manager. I feel like, see, I said it quick there, so you can't chop and screw. But yeah, we've got Martinelli, Saliba, Saka. They're all there. We've got Smith Rowe as well. Do you get? Odegaard's chipping in where he can. Do you get what I mean? So great times. Even got Tavares running up and down the wing. Don't mind, man. Good times.
Good times. And with that, we signed the final third off for 2021. We're coming back in 2022 with lots of lovely new projects that you're going to love. Stick with us through the journey. Send this to a friend. Make sure that they subscribe to the channel. Make sure they like the video. Give it a watch, all of that good stuff. Because we're coming back bigger and better in 2022. I want all the people watching the final third, watch the final third, stuck with us through 2021. Has not been the greatest year, but you stuck with us. I want you to have a very prosperous final day of 2021. And a very, very, very exciting 2022. It's been your host, Banks, joined by my co-host, my ever faithful co-host, Lavish, Oshemi's cousin. Man said Shemi's cousin. Oluwashemi Lore, Kante's cousin.
It's been a long year.
CJ, Jules in the background with us as well. Have a very, very great year. And
Merry Kramer.
Merry Kramer.
You are now listening to The Final Third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Why? You should be in
Just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here